Welcome back to Tony's Board Life. I, of course, am Tony, and today we have an unboxing. Now, the reason why we have this unboxing, it's not a new game. It's been out for quite a while, but I realized it's on my list to play, and I'm planning on playing it pretty soon for my 2022 10 games to play. By the way, I'm making pretty good progress on that list, by the way. It is currently August 27th of 2022. So I have 6 games done, and I got 4 more to go. This is one of them, or a scenario from this box is one of them. And as I was thinking, hey, I got to get this prepared, I realized it's still in shrink. So today we are going to do an unboxing of The Greatest Day, Sword, Juno, and Gold Beaches, Battle for Normandy Volume 1. They are working on Omaha? I think it's the Omaha Beach, or the U.S. contingent right now. So I'll probably have to get that. But man, the price on these games are insane. But you do get a lot for it. So let's get the back here. So solitaire suitability is high. I do agree with that. What do you get? Okay. So let's take a look at here. On the eve of this great adventure, I send my best wishes to every soldier in the Allied teams. To us is given the honor of striking a blow for freedom, which will live on history. It is in the better days that lie ahead, men will speak of the pride of our doings. We have a great and righteous cause. I want every soldier to have, or to know, I have complete confidence in the success of the outcome of the operations that we are about to begin. Field Marshal Montgomery, June 5th, 1944. At 0018 hours in the morning of June 6, 1944, the greatest day began. The Ox and Bucks of the 6th Air Landing Brigade stormed over the Pegasus Bridge in a stunning coup de main. They would be followed by the greatest seaborne invasion history has ever witnessed. Thousands upon thousands of men would be ashore by the end of the day, and while Europe's liberation would wait another year, it had finally begun. The Greatest Day, Sword, Juno, and Gold Beaches is the first of a series of games to cover the historical events in detail and never before attempted in military simulation. Here you'll see, as among other things, daring commandos, leaky duplex-driven tanks, rockets firing overhead, the resolute Germans defending their ill-gotten gains. We at Multiman Pellant are proud to present the tribute to those brave men of yesteryear. With 17 scenarios covering everything from actual landings in the way of a full campaign game, The Greatest Day, Sword, Juno, and Gold Beaches offers something for every gamer. Whether you have 2 hours or 150 hours, this game offers an enriching game experience second to none. Unit scales, company, and platoon, 500 meters of hex, 2-hour turns. So you get the 1.1 series rulebook. You get the Greatest Day, specific rulebook, scenario book, 1 rule summary and flowchart, 20 player aid charts, 4 22 by 34 maps, 3 of which are back printed, 8.5 by 11 maps, 16 counter sheets, and 4 10-sided dice. So let's go ahead and bust into this. Let's get the shrink rip off. Get the shrink off of this. Oh, it's busting out at the seams. Okay, let's take a look. Get the shrink off here so you can hear the shrink coming off of it. Like, this is that really loud wrapping. It's more like a plastic, a heavier plastic than that light shrink. Okay, let's open it up. Of course, this is one of those bigger boxes. So let's take a look. Okay. We have an errata list. Not too bad, actually. There's probably some. What we get inside. So we have our exclusive rules here for this module. So I'll be going through and reading through these because I know there's probably stuff you have for beach landings, things like that. Exactly what's going on that one. So that's pretty cool. Real nice. Here's the scenario book. And I plan on doing, so there's a learning scenario here, which I don't plan on doing the learning scenario. What I plan on doing is one of the storming beaches. There's 3 storming scenarios. There's storming Gold, Juno, and Sword. let's make it pretty easy here. It says storming Juno and storming Sword beaches. Those are 3 introductory scenarios. So I plan on doing one of them. Then we have To the Sea, another introductory scenario. And the reason why I'm probably going to do one of the smaller ones is they use the 8.5 by 11 maps, which is really nice. Now let's take a look here. Let's see what we got. Bunch of cardboard. That's not going to do anything for me. Okay, so we have, that's sheet 2. And sheet 4. Okay, well, let's just take a look at these. I have liked the counters that I've seen because I have played No Question of Surrender. So I do like the counters. They're quite nice. And we have our command and dispatch. I should say something stupid like, "Where's the Americans?" So, which we know this is the British and Commonwealth one. Sheet number 6. See, I love the tank counters because that silhouette's awesome. The silhouette is really, really cool on those tanks. I really like that. Contact pending, which I'll have to go through and remember my rules. Sheet number 8. The nice thing is these are 5/8 counters, so they're a little bit bigger than doing that. Here's sheet 1. We have the 7th. Okay, so we have the 7th Canadian Brigade. We have the 8th Canadian Brigade, and we have the 9th Canadian Brigade. And so the pink ones must be the Canadians for sure. And then we have 8th Infantry Brigade, 9th Infantry Brigade. Let's see what else. We have the 22nd Armored BDE, 8th. So we got, if you notice the colors, I really like the way this game works is that you have the chit draw and then you have the colors here. So there's pretty cool stuff there. So we have our 3rd Canadian Division sheet, which there should be no, okay. Our 3rd Infantry Division, our 6th Airborne, our 7th Armored Division, our 12th SS Panzer, our 21st Panzer Division, our 50th Infantry, 21st Infantry, or 51st Infantry. And we have our 346 711 Infantry Division, 352nd Infantry Division, 716th Infantry Division. We have our Gold Beach Naval Display, Juno Beach Naval Display, Sword Beach Naval Display. We have our Panzer Lehr Division. We got those. Piece of blue paper. That to the side. We have 10, and these are all just markers, informational markers. So we have the Black Baron. So this is the learning scenario map. Let's get this where everybody can see it. I like having the small maps. I really do. It gives it. And we have our Gold Beach. Again, 8.5 by 11. I could easily put this down, have anything that I would need on the side, and still play. So that's pretty cool. So there's that one. Juno map. Sword Beach map. This is Robe Home map. And I know I mispronounced that. Just looking at there's a campaign map B. Campaign map C. And the campaign map D. Some more white paper. Maps I really liked. I really do like the maps. They're very, very beautiful. We got more counters. The cohesion hits for the Brits and the Commonwealth, and then the Germans, and then we flip it over, and there's 2 cohesion hits on those sides. This started to remind me of different when I was playing earlier. We have our mines for Brits and Germans, and yep, we have our suppressed and step loss counters here. Rubble. We have our terrain. Now, the one thing I love about this game is that the terrain is very easy to determine, because if you look at a map, let me go ahead and pull one of these. So we have the Juno Beach here, and if you look in the map in the center, there's a dot, and that dot tells you what it is. So you look here, there's a white dot here. Well, a white dot here means clear. So it's real easy to pick out, and you can see the dots along the side of the terrain map. So it's real easy to figure that out. Crest, and then we have other special terrain types on that. Paradrop, more informational counters, some landing craft, which is of course you need those. Bocage, however, there's a lot of different ways of saying it for some reason. We have artillery parks, but mainly informational counters. We have our turn record track. So we have our days on the outside, hours on the inside, and then the weather's all the way on the outside. So that's pretty cool. That's a little different to see on that instead of like square tracks. Another terrain effects chart. And then we have armored battalions again. And it looks like naval items. We have our flotilla. We have our boats here, which is pretty cool. They actually have the names of them. So we have the Emerald, the Argonaut, the Ajax, the Belfast, Florida. So we have different boats. Pretty cool. There's a lot in this box. There's a lot to unpack. Pretty much that's more SS as well as more Germans here with the dark blue, and then we have our pillboxes in light blue. We have our rules of play. You can fly through these rules pretty easy, but looking at the module specific, theirs are a little bit thicker. Let's see, we got more Germans. Grand Technical Series 2.0 rules summary, but I thought this was the 1.1. Let me take a look here. And it's a 1.1 rules, but then we have the rules 2.0 summary, which is interesting. Okay. More informational counters. More informational counters. Another set of series and charts. 40-10, one blue and white, one red and white. Our final one, so 15, I count 15 sheets. Is that right? Yeah, 15 sheets. And we have more informational counters on those. Okay, so now we're into the maps. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to pull all this other stuff out here. There's a lot in this box, and I'm going to move the box here for us to take a look at those maps. The larger maps. These are like basically a standard full map. Now, what I do like about these maps, there's some that are two-sided. So this one is for the Saga of the 6th Airborne Scenario Map. So really, really nice with that. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom out the camera a little bit here. So we'll be back in a second. So we got the maps here. So that's that map, and then on the back side, it's for the campaign game map 1, and this is the con map, which is absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to show it to you this way. Absolutely gorgeous. We have our landing zone, determine landing zone, so that'll be interesting. And yeah. Okay, so that's one map. Now, the one nice thing is with that bigger box, they've actually taken these maps and have only folded them, basically twice. Okay, this is the other half of the con map. So if we took it, and this one is not back printed, so there's not another scenario, but this would go like right in here. It would overlap right like this, somewhere along that line, so like that, something like that. Not exactly right because they're so huge. So that's that one. Okay, we have the campaign map number 3 here, but I'm going to show you this side first because this is one of those dual printed. So this is the Nemesis Scenario Map, which is pretty cool. And at the Nemesis, so you just use this map for the Nemesis scenario. And then, so this is campaign map 3. I'm pretty sure this would go on to the other end of that other map, because we have the end here. So there's that one. Absolutely gorgeous. And then our final large map, and this one is, let's take a look here. Campaign map. So this is the Villiers Bocage map. So the way the maps work out is some of them are south and they're more like an angle. It's crazy when you get it set up. And actually there's 2 smaller scenarios. So we have, in this case, this is the Panzer Lair scenario map, which is just this half. And this is the 21st Panzer scenario map. So there's tons of smaller scenarios in here, which is great. I love the fact that they have those in. It's not just a campaign game, and it's not just 1 or 2 smaller scenarios. There are literally 15 smaller scenarios where you don't use the entire campaign. And there's actually 2 different campaigns in this game, which is really, really cool. So I do like this system a lot. I like the solo ability because it takes opportunity fire out. You roll a dice to see if you can fire. And if you can't, the guy moves. If you can, you just fire then at that point. So it does, yeah, I went through that. So it does help with a lot of the solo play on that case. But, there's a lot here. I think when I clip this, I'm only going to clip the counters I need for the scenario. I may actually just pull out, I have No Question of Surrender. So I've already clipped a lot of the informational counters, so I'll probably just do that real quick. And I hate to do this, but there we go. So there you go. Unboxing of the greatest day, Juno, Sword, and Gold Beaches. Quite a bit in this box, and there's a lot of gameplay too. To the fact where you don't have to just play the scenario, the huge campaign. So, with that, I hope everybody enjoyed this. Look forward to having this on the channel soon. It may not be like next week, but I would say probably within the month I'll have this on. I'll have one of the smaller scenarios, one of the storming beaches scenarios on the channel. With that, everybody have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.